of course, we all hear the news that Paul George opted out of his contract. Everybody's like, it's not a big deal. He could, why would he opt in for 20 million when he could sign for a huge contract with OKC for 170 million to 200 plus $1 million, and that makes sense. The only thing that I think is kind of scary for this team is the fact that he didn't outright come and say, "I want to stay here." He didn't say like, "I'm." It's a strong possibility I'm gonna stay in OKC. So that right there in itself is letting you know, okay, the LA is on the table and it's on. It's on. Like, OKC can say we have a strong bond with Paul George. We could do this, that, and the third. The fact that they lost in the first round, the fact that you lost in the first round, it just doesn't bode well for you to sign Paul George. You lost in the first round to a Utah Jazz team that wasn't as talented as your team. You already know Melo's in there for the money grab. LA can sign you, and here's the best part. Even though you might not get max money with LA in terms of mental freedom, in terms of going back home, it's not LA in terms of money. Like LA doesn't hold the advantage there because they can't give them that super max or whatever the case is. But here's the thing: you get to go to LA, and then you possibly could play with LeBron James, or the next year Kawhi Leonard, or if they trade for Kawhi Leonard, you and Kawhi Leonard together. That tandem you would beat OKC outright, easily in my opinion. So the fact that Paul George is now outright saying, "Hey, I want to stay in OKC," that's a problem. That's a problem, guys. He has to come out outright and say, "I want to stay here," because if he doesn't, it's it's a wrap. It's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap. We're not getting that commitment, that verbal commitment. Usually players come out with a verbal commitment. Even if it's like, let's just say you had a temp job or whatever. You're working at your temp job and they're like, "Hey, your contract is coming up and, we're not renewing your contract. But we like you." So it feels like if they said, "Hey, your contract's coming up, we're not renewing it right now, but we're strongly, heavily favored to renew your contract," you'll feel more at ease. So OKC needs to be on their P's and Q's. They need to get ready for life without Paul George because he could be talking all this good talk so he doesn't rile up the OKC fans, and then he comes back and he says, "You know what, F y'all, I'm out and I'm going to LA." Because just because he can't make 170 million or 200 million in LA doesn't mean he can't get a shoe deal in LA or get a movie deal or other deals that could supplement those finances. So stay awake on this one. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.